Welcome to Marketing MASH, brought to you by themarketingscope.com.
Welcome back to the Marketing MASH. I'm Lorena Ontiveros, and this is Eric Vidal.
Thank you. So in the lab today, we're going to talk about webcasting, or some people call it webinars and webcasting, and we'll debate that and talk about it. The other thing we're going to talk about in the Did You Know section is Mad Men and the internet usage in Asia.
In the lab.
Let's get started with In the Lab. Today we're going to talk about webcasting. The marketingscope.com just launched a webcasting report, or a best practice guide. And in this guide, they talk about, first of all, webinars and webcasting. And I know there's all different kinds of definitions. Humor me, let me give you my definition and how it's defined in the guide. So a webinar is like a WebEx or an Adobe session where you have maybe a few dozen or a few hundred people, slides and audio, maybe there's video, but it's just a webcam. And a webcast, there's about 10 differences, but the big two differences are the video. It's high-end video like what you're seeing here, HD or what have you. And then the other difference is the amount of people. It's not just a few dozen or a few hundred. You can actually support a few thousand. So the good news is, in the report, webinar and webcasting usage is on the rise. And one of the things that you'll see across most reports over the last 3 or 4 years, most marketing organizations or B2B or business publications have put in their reports and their research the usage of those tools is up, but also the effectiveness and how people are ranking or rating the effectiveness. It's usually in the top 5, and some over the last couple of years have even put it up in the top 3. And I think in this report it's up in the top 3. So that's on the rise. One of the other things they talk about in this guide is, there's about 100 things you need to do before, during, and after a webcast. And they outline some of those things, and they help guide you through what you need to be thinking about from a strategic perspective and a tactical perspective, and they outline it out. I'm not going to go through all 100 because
No, it's going to take way too long.
but I want to bring up a couple, and one is promotion. One of the things, and one of the things I notice in my day-to-day life when I work with companies on putting together a webcast strategy or even just launching one webcast, is the lack of focus on promotion. Or they feel if they build it, they will come, right? Mm-hmm. I won't name the company I worked with about a year ago, but they had more people producing the webcast than actually viewing it. They had 5 people register and attend.
Oh.
Because they forgot to promote it.
Oh, no.
But anyway, and some of the things, and I will give some tips on promotion, some of the things that I try to tell the companies I work with is you don't have to spend a lot of money promoting it. Yes, it does help. It does help to go out and buy lists or to sponsor newsletters or put sponsorships on different magazines or websites. But social media is one. So blog about it. Use Twitter. Use Facebook. There's other social media vehicles you can use as well. Put it on your intranet, your community, your front page of your website is great real estate to leverage. Use internal lists that you already have, customer lists. Have your coworkers promote it with their customers and what have you. So that's a short list, and obviously go to the report on themarketingscope.com and you can get the whole list. But one other thing I wanted to bring up about webinars and webcasts, and it's the post-event analysis and what to do after the event. And like most events, everyone puts all this time and energy, they put all this hard work into it. Mm-hmm. They create great content. And then right when it's done, they just, I'm so happy, they throw that, I'm done. And they want to leave it behind. And that's the worst thing you do. Post-event analysis is, and we talked about big data in one of our last video series, is you want to look at the analytics. Find out what people did. What did they say? How did they respond? What did they do? You also want to take advantage of that great content and the conversations that went on, and you want to put that content somewhere that people can go to and get it. So promote it after the event. in some of those same vehicles and same places I already mentioned. One of the things I'm seeing is people actually creating an environment around their webcast, or creating a virtual event and putting the webcast in there.
Right.
Communities, putting it in the community and promoting it and even talking about it. The worst thing is you have all these great conversations and then it dies. It doesn't have to die. So go to the report, get more information. You can also comment about it. You can even add stuff to the report. It's going to be an open breathing document that will live on, hopefully.
Did you know?
Did you know that of the world's 2 billion internet users, 45% of them live in Asia? So that's a fact that you really can't ignore if your company sells in an Asian market.
So are we going to redo this in Mandarin Chinese then?
No. You can.
Ni hao ma. So that's coming next year.
Okay.
I'll work on it.
Work on your wardrobe as well, please. Hot pink is not in.
She's making fun of my outfit. That's definitely in the What's New section.
Yeah. Did you know the AMC series Mad Men has become so widely popular that it has seeped its way into present-day culture and even retailers since its beginning in 2007. So let me give you some examples. Not only have many retailers such as Banana Republic created style guides and fashion pieces that directly reference the show, but the toy company Mattel has released doll figurines based off of the characters in the show, and even Sesame Street has done a parody off the show, which I didn't really get, since isn't it more of an adult show?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty sure.
very
I
interesting.
have a friend that likes to try to imitate one of the key characters on the show. Hey, going back to my outfit, I just got back from Miami last week. I'm trying to keep it alive still. You don't like?
I think it's strictly for Miami.
All right. Well, that's debatable, and we can talk about that. I actually have a one did you know about webcasting, and it goes back to that research report that they did. 17% of people said that they have either viewed or participated in a webcast while on the beach or poolside. So think of that next time you do a webcast. And I also wanted to address some emails we received over the last couple weeks about our last video cast. And people were asking, what is it with all these tchotchkes? And is there any pattern or rhyme or reason? And no, there's not. Actually, we just grabbed some from our office and wanted to put it up. But one of our viewers asked if they could send us their tchotchke, maybe promote their company or have a little fun with it. And I said yes. So if there's anyone else out there who wants to send us one of their tchotchkes, we'll put it up, we'll promote it, make it smaller than a breadbasket.
Yeah. No bigger than this. It could be a little bit bigger than this, maybe.
Yeah, a little bigger.
Something that'll fit right here.
Let's have fun with that. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Go to themarketingscope.com to follow us. Tell your friends and family, and we'll talk to you soon.
That's it for this episode of Marketing MASH. You can share your thoughts by following us on Twitter and Facebook. Subscribe to our podcast to keep up with the show. And of course, you can always find us by visiting themarketingscope.com.